Hello and welcome. Our subject for this episode was created and is found throughout Upper Paleolithic Europe, which is the Old Stone Age, which was about 23 to 25,000 years ago, and what you would relate to places north of Italy. This time was known as the time of cave drawings, stone tool developments, and mammoths. She is a unique finding in the sense that she is mysterious and emotes femininity power. She was discovered around the 1900s and is known as the Venus figurines. Please take a seat and follow through this short podcast series that will follow the story of these sculptures. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. If the first podcast piqued your interest, you might have seen that these figurines are very often depicted with very heightened feminine traits, such as a small waist compared to big hip ratio, and a higher body mass, which could be interpreted as overweight, obesity, or pregnancy. One must understand that these figurines are from a time of hunting and gathering, where such proportions were not realistically widespread due to the cold and food accessibility. However, we are people who have always had rituals that value and encourage our survival, and something that proves that we are good survivors are our offspring. In many cultures, there are rituals and statues that represent fertility, such as in the Philippines, where these statues are thought to bring fertility and luck. This is why it is believed that these statuettes may have been an ideal: a fertile body with lots of resources to stay alive, large breast for breastfeeding, and ideal birthing hips. A fertility symbol is one of the ideas that these figurines bring. This means that they could have been used as charms in rituals or as a household essential. In the 1970s, there was a rise of artists wanting to represent females through their art. The Venus figurine was used as an example due to their physique, which so strongly represents what a female can be. This was also an inspiration due to it showcasing the importance of a woman. Such a sculpture was seen fit to represent a goddess. This, like many other inspirations, led the great goddess art idea during these times. Other people have taken these figurines as a representation of the importance of women in our society, which makes it become a feminist icon in many recreations and charms that are carried with pride nowadays. Other people have used these figurines to try and figure out how it was to live back then, solely based on the body. However, it is not likely that these bodies were a representation of an obesity problem due to the lack of resources and the harshness of the elements. These figurines make us wonder about our past, and it makes us want to know why women are seen the way they are and why they were depicted through these figurines. We may not know for sure what these figurines were used for. It may have been for rituals, charms, a decoration, or just something to pass time, even though people back then mostly were focused on survival, as we think. What we know now is that these are seen as a feminist icon, and it helps us understand and seek what it may have meant back then. I do appreciate and value the mystery of these figurines and what it brings to our society. It makes us wonder about our past and what we may leave behind for our future to wonder about.